So what I have learned from over 400 times of code approach in China. So this practice, practicing specifically code approach on the street was executed on May in last year when I was in third year of my university. So I spent my summertime and 2 months in China just to practice my pick up skills. So yeah, because from when I was in first year, I have very big frustration on interacting with the females and especially talking to strangers, because first year, second years for me I'm very yes, I was an overall very introverted person, and I have a really hard time to have a very smooth conversation with not only girls but the other people as well. And so that's my main intention to practice that. And also before that, I have been learning my pickup skill for quite a period of time. But at my current stage, I just give everything up. I no longer learn POA, and I will explain why later. So in my third year of university, I was like, it's yes, that period of time was in a very serious pandemic situation. So I only got 2 courses within the entire school year. And then I was like, if I don't have any course in my spring term and summer term, why don't I go back to China and actually practice all the knowledge that I have learned, the code approach on street, including the day games. Yeah, so exclusively the day games, because I cannot afford to pay for the night game. When I have to go to the nightclub, I have to buy the drinks. During that time I have no money. But yeah, I'm still poor right now. Just want to make that clear. So I chose to practice the date game because because that's zero cost for me. All I need to do is to go out in the street and talk to people, right? And my so as you can see, my English is not very good, but you might not believe, I can actually speak very more fluent Mandarin than the others. And I specifically practice that before, intentionally train my tongue and train how I speak, so that I can speak louder and clear, for some characters in Mandarin. So during that time I have a certain confidence, in going out and socializing with people, because I don't have any mental issues about or worrying about myself stammering in Mandarin. So I don't have the kind of worry like that. So I just so I was very confident. And the date when so I went to China in May and have quarantined myself for 1 month. That's the policy of China. So start from June to the end of July. Those 2 months I have a very intense training. So during these 2 months, I think I almost spent like 75% of time to force myself to go out in the mall, in the street, in the shop, because my hometown is Taiyuan in China. It's a very small, I'm not gonna say small, but there's it's a very it's a city that has not too many of the entertainment, so there are like 4 to 5 common locations that I go, including the malls, including the place where they're the place that are very crowded, and also including the university. I've been to university once, and yeah. so I I want to share my experience. So this topic is what I have learned from over 400 times of code approach. So I'm just gonna say the answer first. So what I have learned is the mentality of equal and respect, in a normal social situation. Because the more you practice code approach, and the more you practice interacting with strangers on the street, it's very easy to be aware of people's prejudgment of how you look and how you dress, and your body language. Most of the time, when you try to pick up a girl, so sometimes this happens. So that's my problems of stammering English, and I apologize for that. I need to practice more. So where am I at? The normal time when you pick up girls, you only have maybe 3 to 5 seconds to give their first impression, especially when they're walking, especially when you stop them, or you are trying to approach them in a very random place. That like coffee shop is normal. When two girls are in a conversation and then you join them, it's like the girls are very capable of that instant judgment of your overall appearance. And so for me, in my first few times, or even like for my first 300 times, I still feel that embarrassment or that insecure feeling in my body language. And especially and the girls are very social sensitive. They can sense everything. They can see through the way you speak. They can see through how you behave in front of them, and also they can see if you are if you're acting or not. So practicing code approach for me, I think it's all about practicing to be natural, to fully project your the personality of yourself to others, and be true about yourself in front of the stranger. And that showing the true self is going to give you that amount of the confidence, and make you being more natural in front of the others. And also for me, that really helps me a lot, and that's the most important thing that I learned in my over 400 times of code approach. And my success rate was 25%, and I got 100 of the numbers, and I successfully able to ask them out. There are 10 people. Might be more than 10. I'm just gonna say 10 people that went out, and I've successfully closed one person. So I'm not gonna say it's a very meaningful. It's a very high success rate, and I have a lot of close. No, it's all about practice. 400 times of code approach, 25% of success rate of asking the numbers, and 10 date and 1 close. That's it. And then because I have to keep practicing, so for the girls that have been approached previously, I just tend to take back all my attentions, and then and I just don't contact them anymore. So for me, go on the street code approach is that experience was all about me facing my self fear. it's all about me talking to myself, and also fighting with my inner self, the voice that shows your fear and also anxiety, because in the normal day life you can still hear that voice, that is going to the sign that your brain is protecting you. You don't have to talk to that girl. Oh, she walked too fast and you cannot catch her, or it's okay to have a rest. That all that voice is making you lazy, and have to fight with that that ideas all the time. So I think practicing cold approach, it's not like a magic pill that is instantly going to increase your sexual market value, or instantly give you that value for you to have that much growth. It's impossible. So it's very important to practice, but it's also important to realize what you're gonna learn from it. What you're gonna learn from it is not the result. What you're gonna learn is the process of actually facing yourself's own fear and facing your anxiety, and that mentality can actually help to the other things in your life. So that's the most important thing. So no matter what, the practicing cold approach or just simply stepping out of your comfort zone is really going to help you to have a stronger way to handle the pressure, and it's mainly going to be yourself improving your skills, and instead of chasing for the results. So that's very important, and I think I'm going to wrap up here. So this is today's topic, what I learned from 400 times of cold approach, and I'll see you guys in the next video.